I sense there's a storm coming.
There's a storm coming!
Alice says there's a storm coming.
There's a storm coming.
Storm's coming.
Storm coming soon.
A storm is coming, Frank says.
Thank you to that geezer over there, Adam. He said, I've got to find somebody who can be absolutely charisma-free and reviled by everybody. So he went, that's got to be Bale. Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration on how to play this role.
Smallville actor Tom Welling has been arrested for DUI in California. The actor, who played Clark Kent in the Superman origin series Smallville back in the day, was arrested for driving under the influence shortly after midnight, January 26th, according to a police report obtained by TMZ. Tom was taken into custody at an Arby's parking lot in Yreka, California, per authorities. In the report, law enforcement said the 47-year-old's blood alcohol level was at or above the legal limit of 0.08%.
Did you get it?
Thought you might need something blue.
I did, just in time. Thanks, cuz. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Whoa. Bad idea. Very, very bad idea.
How many Great Caesar's ghosts?
Nobody tries to strong-arm the daily. If Luther thinks he...
4, before his coffee. Did you get my shots?
Love the framing, love the colors. Where's the drum?
Did you see the one with the elephant?
The Man of Steel deserves better than a circus incident on a fender bender. I want pecs. I want cape. I want pearly whites.
Yes, Miss Lane.
Okay. Your brother left big shoes for you to fill, Olsen. I know you're up to the task.
Lane, I know you're out there. Stories don't write themselves, Lane.
E! News has reached out to Tom's rep for comment, but hasn't heard back. The actor has not publicly addressed his run-in with police. However, he did share an Instagram post on the same day of his arrest to celebrate his wife Jessica Welling's latest milestone. Tom, who shares sons Thompson and Rockland with Jessica, writes on the platform, "Happy birthday to our angel who makes our dreams come true and inspires us even more. We love you to the moon and back."
Great Caesar's goat!
In an Ellen and Tom story, President-elect Luthor will be giving a speech this evening on his new economic recovery plan.
Sorry, excuse me. Pardon me. Oh, sorry, Miss Lane. Let me just, I was just,
Can't o'clock. No one's paying any attention.
Welling is best known for his role on Smallville, which premiered in 2001. The series ran for 10 seasons. Tom later returned as Clark Kent for an appearance on the CW's Batwoman. He also starred in the supernatural prequel series The Winchesters and had the role of Lieutenant Marcus Pierce, a.k.a. Kane, on the series Lucifer.
Yes, Miss Lane.
That's so hot. But listen, this is serious. Do you have them?
You mean these?
Are you ready?
I've been ready for 7 years.
Somebody tell Perry White. Just came in over the wire. There's a bomb in an elevator uptown.
For my world to live, yours must die.
Come with me if you want to live.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
What's the S stand for?
How about soup?
Excuse me. Just tell the minister I may be a few minutes late.
And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
The world needs to know what happened.
And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them.
What do you think? I'm ecstatic. Edward, not so much.
Why isn't Edward as happy as you are?
Because on occasion, I make him do things that he doesn't want to do.
Well, if Edward doesn't want to do them, why does he do them then?
Do you believe in demonic possession? The idea of a malevolent entity controlling a person's thoughts and actions, do you believe that?
No.
Well, then you won't believe anything I'm about to tell you.
It's not important what I believe. What's important right now is what you believe.
Demons don't have beliefs, James. We have knowledge. We know.
Okay, when did you possess Edward?
Doesn't work that way. Can't just possess someone. We need a series of yeses.
So you're saying it's a process?
Of course it's a process.
How does it work?
It's complicated.
Try me. I'm smarter than you think.
You're smarter than I think. Okay, James. We offer up a series of temptations, gradually increasing in terms of duration and intensity, degree of moral inequity. Absence of baptism in this case allows us to begin work long before the age of reason. At 3, age of 5, maybe a theft of a toy car can do a great deal. Then we move on to bigger and better things. At 8, grandmother's gift of a Ouija board gave us immediate access to his decision-making, so we began steering them without him ever calling into question exactly who was doing the steering. Enough yeses and few enough nos gave us increasing rights over the victim's physical and mental processes. Did that track, James?
It seems random, almost, unfocused.
Well, that's what we want you to think. We have a level of focus beyond your comprehension. As a matter of fact, everybody around him, friends, family, they didn't even notice the changes. It happened so incrementally. They just thought it was Eddie being Eddie. We knew exactly what we were doing, when, where, and how he was giving consent, and the exact moment that we achieved each new degree of control.
Degree?
Control of the host body comes in degrees. They're stages, each with its own name and characteristics.
And those are?
From top to bottom, extreme temptation, obsession, infestation, finally possession, subjugation.
And Edward Wayne Brady
fully subjugated. That's where we're having this conversation. Yes, we own him.
We?
All those who dwell below. My master's very generous with the toys he gives his children to play with. Subjugation with an S.
Dr. Banner, now might be a really good time for you to get angry.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry.
We have the vaccines are coming soon, the therapeutics, and frankly, the cure. All I know is I took something, whatever the hell it was, I felt good very quickly. I don't know what it was. Antibodies. I don't know. I took it. I said, I felt like Superman. I said, let me at him.
What's going on, man? Purple rain. Sing it. Purple rain. How you doing? Superman, you gotta give me a high five. You look so powerful. High five. That's whoa. You're so strong.
He's already a hero to the world's downtrodden, and at least one pop artist thinks he's more than that. Move over, Superman. It's time for Super Pope. This large street mural appeared on a building near the Vatican, and passers-by unanimously approve.
Molto bello. Cioè, non so chi l'ha fatto, ma chi l'ha fatto.
It's really beautiful. I don't know who did it, but you can tell that the Pope is reaching these people who not long ago would have been writing different things on the walls. Now they're depicting him as their hero. This is beautiful.
I think he's a true superhero because he has changed people's hearts, because he's really showing us all how to live. So in this light, there isn't a better representation for him.
While Superman has fought for truth and justice, since becoming Pope, Francis has vowed to eliminate corruption and help the world's poor. Yet unlike Clark Kent, Superman's alter ego, this caped crusader flies with his glasses on.
It started as a legend. One of the greatest of all. 1,000 years we've kept it hidden. To protect Earth from what was destined to arrive.
Because you were born different, men will fear you, try to drive you away.
I am Connor MacLeod. I am immortal.
Here we are, born to be kings. We're the princes of the universe.
You will always be weaker than I.
Here we are, we're the princes of the universe. Here we belong, fighting for survival. We've got to be the rulers of you all. Take me to the future of you all.
There can be only one.
Optimus Prime, you destroyed your home. Do you seek redemption?
My maker, I do.
It's hard to call Elon Musk a technophobe. The Tesla CEO has been a vocal proponent of space exploration, the electric car, and something called a hyperloop. But there's one bit of future tech Musk isn't so keen on: artificial intelligence. And during a recent MIT Aerospace Symposium, Musk issued a grave warning about the potential dangers of AI research.
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Doesn't work out.
Of course, we've all seen plenty of big-budget sci-fi warnings about havoc-wreaking robots, but Musk has actually been pretty consistent with his AI phobia. In June, he told CNBC his investments in AI research were meant to keep an eye on the technology, and a tweet from early August warned artificial intelligence could be potentially more dangerous than nukes. But this is the first time demons have been brought into the conversation, and a few sites took Musk to task for his hyperbole. A CNET writer quips, "Who knows what demonic hellscape could emerge if we ever let artificially intelligent machines get a hold of a Ouija board." While Mashable writes, "Forget Tony Stark, the comic book character most often associated with Musk. It may be time to start thinking Doctor Strange." Pentagram? Really, Elon?
I mean, we finally saw you on the big screen as Superman. Like, was that special for you? Did you go see it? How did you react to it?
Well,
Okay. First and foremost, I was on set. They did put a lot of time into building the suit. And what I was meant to do, and by the way, Andy, who I think is a terrific director, he's a great guy and a great director, and I loved his 2 It movies. Great people, him and his sister. What I was supposed to do was literally just be standing in an alternate dimension, if you will, and witnessing the destruction of the universe. Kal-El was bearing witness of the end of a universe, and you can imagine with that short amount of time that I had, what that would mean in terms of what I can convey. I had no dialogue, convey with my eyes, the emotion. Okay, so that's what I did. I was on set for maybe 3 hours. When I went to the picture, it was me fighting a giant spider. I did not do that. That was not what I did. That was all. I don't think it was AI. I know Tim is upset about AI as I am. It was CGI, okay? So that they de-aged me and I'm fighting a spider. I didn't do any of that. So I don't know what happened there, but I do feel that the movie gave that beautiful suit that Colleen Atwood designed a chance to be seen. And I was happy about that because she put a heck of a lot of thought into that suit. So did Tim.
Long Legs is in the building tonight. I have to say, I'm terrified just standing here talking to you right now.
Well, thank you, I guess. I mean, it's a character. I was excited about the transformation, to be able to play something where I don't look like myself. It was very liberating. It allowed me to free up some cathartic, if you will, dreams that I had. I wanted to play a character that sounded nothing like myself and looked nothing like myself.
Yeah. And I was going to say, we have seen you play a range of characters, but nothing like Long Legs. What was the inspiration behind playing a character like this? What did you draw from?
Well, it was interesting because when Oz Perkins, the director, sent me the script and I met with him, he said, this is a movie about my mom, which isn't what you expect to hear from a director of a horror film. And I said, well, that's interesting, Oz, because when I was reading this character, it became about my mom. I heard her voice. She wasn't satanic, but she went through a lot. And I heard her voice and the way she would move. And suddenly I thought, I could put all that into this character. That was an inspiration. If I'm any good in the movie, I owe it to my mom.
Hail Satan. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream and let your love grow. The trap, pull everyone out. Bane has been pouring concrete laced with explosives.
Where?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight?
There's a ring around the tunnels. They're gonna blow it and trap the cops underground.
Whose broad stripes
Pull 'em out.
and bright
Pull 'em out now!
through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
That's a lovely, lovely voice.
that our flag was still there. Oh, see does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let the games begin.
A storm is coming. Our storm.
The weak will be purged, and the strongest will thrive, free to live as they see fit. They'll make America great again!
And we will make America great again. God bless you and good night. I love you.
That leaves Dr. Crusher 48 minutes to develop an inoculant to the virus.
Which means there's still time for us to do something.
48 minutes. 47, sir.
But it was the rising tension in Palestine that held world attention. Partition had brought a new flare-up in the strife between Arab and Jew. Politically, the conflict appeared to be settled. In actual fact, it had only just begun. The United Nations Special Committee had advocated separate Jewish and Arab states as the uneasy compromise. The plan was accepted by 33 votes to 13. Alexander Cadogan, Britain's representative, abstained. Prince Faisal of Saudi Arabia headed the Arab country's opposition. The Jewish state will include the ports of Haifa and Tel Aviv and the whole of the Negev Valley. The Arab will occupy the fertile eastern part. Jerusalem will come under United Nations trusteeship. First reaction from the Jews was one of joy. Crowds gathered in the streets and greeted the birth of their state with traditional dances. Britain's civic administration is expected to withdraw by May. Jews and Arabs will then govern themselves. Arab opposition to the partition scheme has been violent. The call for a holy war against the Jews went out from Cairo. A 3-day general strike coincided with an intensive recruiting campaign. As in India, transfer of power in Palestine will bring bloodshed. 2 states have been born. For the Holy Land, the immediate future would not bring peace.
By my calculations, the next time distortion should occur between 28 to 47 minutes. I'm receiving a code 47.
Verify.
It is code 47, sir. Starfleet emergency frequency.
You, my friend, are a riddle to me. Because I've run your face and your prints through every database we have. You know what we found? Nothing. So, why don't we start with your name?
47.
It's not a name.
No, but it is mine.
Of all the weapons in the vast Soviet arsenal, nothing was more profitable than Automat Kalashnikova, model of 1947, more commonly known as the AK-47 or Kalashnikov. It's the world's most popular assault rifle, a weapon all fighters love. An elegantly simple 9-pound amalgamation of forged steel and plywood. It doesn't break, jam, or overheat. It will shoot whether it's covered in mud or filled with sand. It's so easy, even a child can use it, and they do. The Soviets put the gun on a coin. Mozambique put it on their flag. Since the end of the Cold War, the Kalashnikov has become the Russian people's greatest export. After that comes vodka, caviar, and suicidal novelists. One thing's for sure, no one was lining up to buy their cars.
I know you don't have any reason to trust me, but you're in danger.
What do I have to do?
Run! Move, move, move!
Look out!
There's a record of a pioneer experiment, Britain's first rainmakers. For a year now, reports have been coming in from America and Australia telling of new and successful ways of creating artificial rain by dropping ice on cloud formations. Matthew Pictorial's cameraman went along to get the full land-to-air story. Biggest headache is to spot the right type of rain-bearing cloud. In all, the Rainmaker's plane covered 300 miles, flying north from Croydon and over Leicester, Birmingham and Manchester. Chemists, weathermen and agricultural experts, all concerned in the continual battle against the fear of drought, form their judgment of the possibilities opened up by the experiment on this start-to-finish film. Flying at 14,000 feet, there was no shortage of clouds, but here's a technical note. It must be an instability cumulus cloud. Material used is solidified carbon dioxide, pulverized dry ice to the non-technical, at a temperature of minus 130 degrees centigrade. And that, if you stop to think about it, is pretty cold. First results were not spectacular, but they have definitely proved that rainmaking is a practical proposition, and it's one we shall hear more of in the future.
It's back, Now 47, with the massive number 1 from Robbie Williams. 42 of the biggest hits with Mojo and Ronan. Now 47 with the new number 1 from Leanne Rimes. Craig David, Spice Girls, All Saints and Britney. Now 47 with Architects. And the massive Who Let the Dogs Out. Now 47, that's what I call music.
You know why you're still alive? Because I chose not to kill you. But they will.
This November, no matter the outcome, we will elect our 47th chief executive. But first, we're going to take a look back at how the president became president. This is your countdown to 47.
I'm going to vote blue. Vote for who you want. This is a free dictatorship.
Comments are still headed.
What else is on?
Yeah, let's see what else is. Coming to you now from the largest studio ever constructed, it's The Truman Show!
Yeah! Good morning!
Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
What if? No scripts, no cue cards.
Morning, Spencer. How's it going?
What if you were watched every moment of your life?
How many cameras you got there in that town?
5,000.
I believe Truman is the first child to have been legally adopted by a corporation.
That's correct.
Brilliant.
Proceeding now to the man from Independence, Harry S. Truman. Prior to becoming the 33rd president, Truman was a farmer in Missouri. Truman left the farm to enlist in the Army upon U.S. entry into World War I in 1917. By the end of the war, Truman was promoted to major. Starting in 1922, Truman began his political career with his election to a county judge seat. But it was Truman's election to the U.S. Senate in 1934 that really launched him to national status.
What if everyone you knew was pretending?
Hi, honey. Look what I got at the checkout. Dishwasher safe.
That's amazing.
What if your world was make-believe?
Cue the sun. While the world he inhabits is counterfeit.
I'm not allowed to talk to you.
That's how I look. Not your type. There's nothing fake about Truman himself.
In 1944, President Franklin Roosevelt was nominated for a 4th term by the Democrats. Truman was chosen as the vice presidential nominee. The pair won that November. President Roosevelt's health was failing even before his inauguration in January of 1945. On April 12th, President Roosevelt suffered a cerebral hemorrhage and died. 2 hours later, Truman became the 33rd president of the United States.
What if you didn't know it? Until now.
A lot of strange things have been happening.
Stand by ring cam.
Is he looking at us?
Does he think he knows?
I think I'm mixed up in something. Something big.
We accept the reality with which we're presented.
Everybody's pretending, Truman. Get out of here. Come and find me. Truman? Truman!
By the time he assumed the high office, the war in Europe was nearly won. The war in the Pacific, however, dragged on. President Truman, after being briefed on the Manhattan Project and the newly developed atomic bomb, issued a demand calling for the unconditional surrender of Japan, warning them of destruction if they refused. No reply was given. So, on August 6th, the bomb was dropped on the city of Hiroshima. The city was leveled, and within minutes, 80,000 people were dead. 3 days later, after there was still no surrender, a second bomb was dropped, this time on the city of Nagasaki. 39,000 were instantly killed, and another city was flattened. This remains the most controversial moment of Truman's time in office. Japan surrendered shortly afterward, and the Second World War was finally over. In 1947, the Soviet Union began to threaten the countries of Turkey and Greece. In response, the president issued the Truman Doctrine, pledging political, military, and economic support to all democratic nations under the threat of authoritarianism. This is commonly seen as the start of the Cold War.
Anything happen?
No.
You may find yourself in another part of the world.
It's like the whole world revolves around me. Everybody seems to be in on it. I'm going away for a while.
You may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful wife. You may ask yourself, how did I get here?
I'm not in on it, Truman, because the last thing that I would ever do is lie to you.
Fade up music. That's our hero shot. He's gone.
Okay? Yes! Want to do it again? No!
Find him. Truman, where are you going?
You can do it.
How do we stop him? Give me some lightning.
Is that the best you can do?
Cut transmission! I like your pen. I was wondering that myself.
Jim Carrey. The Truman Show. Watch what happens.
Do you remember the day they took you? We were part of the same program. They want what's inside our DNA. The speed. The intelligence. The strength.
Okay, untie me.
You're the same as me. So untie yourself. Tell me how to make an agent.
You don't want an agent. You want an army.
They are the key to everything. The gift is not just surviving, you see everything.
Run.
We're gonna burn this program to the ground. You know who I am.
You're so lucky to be one up. Lucky. You have to we'll be lucky if we're up. We got it. Oh. First on G. 45th President of the United States. 45th and 47th. 47th. Yes. I love that. Mr. Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Trump
did
National.
you hear that? 45th, 47th President as he tees up there with his driver. Right down the middle.
Code 47. Captain's eyes only.
Captain, I'm sorry to disturb you.
Yes, number one, what is it?
An incoming message. Code 47.
Even with warp power to the tractor beam, it would mean exceeding the recommended impulse engine output by at least 47%. Weren't there about 40 people killed?
47.
This is the 46.
47. The resumption of our present course at Warp 6 will place us in the Talib Beta system in 6 days, 13 hours, 47 minutes.
Captain's log, stardate 44474.5.
0.54 parsecs from our previous position, bearing 285 Mark 147.
Tarchanin 3 investigation. Stardate 40164.7.
All right, computer. Analyze audio elements. Time index 1447 to 1558.
Captain, the probe's energy output is overloading our shields. Failure anticipated in 47 seconds.
Captain's log, stardate 44741.9. Estimated distance to the nebulous perimeter.
4.7 million kilometers, sir.
Captain's log, stardate 45047.2.
Computer, how many entries are there for Darmok?
47.
Wesley, at what level are you?
I'm only level 10.
I'm at level 47.
We believe you are the only one who can help us.
I know what you are.
You have no idea.
I'm not afraid of you.
You should be.
For someone who was sold to you. A half-breed banished from our land.
We have some gaps in the aft shields, Captain. If the torpedoes explode, these areas will be contaminated with ion radiation. We need to evacuate sections 24 to 47, next 35 to 38.
If I remember correctly, the last time you graced my sickbay, you were diving off the cliffs of heaven on Sumiko 4. Holodeck program 47C.
I read 47 of them around the perimeter. It is an irregular lattice composed of approximately 47 million strands of energy.
There's no time for chit-chat, sir.
According to Mr. LaForge, who did get your message, by the way, a frequency setting of 0.047 on your phaser will correctly activate this creature.
It's back, now 47, with the massive number 1 from Robbie Williams. 42 of the biggest hits with Mojo and Ronan. Now 47 with the new number 1 from Leanne Rimes. Craig David, Spice Girls, All Saints and Britney. Now 47 with Architects. And the massive Who Let the Dogs Out. Now 47, that's what I call music.
Like checkers?
No, really, it's a better game than checkers. Two players, two sides. One is light, one is dark. That's older than Jesus Christ.
The temperature in the reaction chamber has increased by 47%.
When the interface malfunction occurred, subroutine C47 was replaced by elements from my personal programming.
What does C47 control?
My internal diagnostic indicates that my memory systems are functioning within normal parameters. For the 47 seconds I was inactive, there is no record of cognitive activity.
Of human DNA was successful.
This is illegal. We're gonna go to jail for this.
Human cloning is illegal. This won't be human, not entirely.
The shocking events that followed have never been revealed.
Don't you think the world's gonna want to know what's next?
I propose that we build a robot child who can love, a robot child who will genuinely love the parent or parent it imprints on with a love that will never end. Ours will be a perfect child caught in a freeze frame, always loving, never ill, never changing. With all the childless couples yearning in vain for a license, it will fill a great human need.
His name is David.
I feel it. That's creepy. Whoa, that's so real.
In a distant future, in an age of intelligent machines, he is the first robotic child programmed to love and coexist as a member of a family. His is a tale of humanity and a journey to find his place among humans and machines.
I'm a boy.
You are a real boy.
I'm least as real as I've ever made one.
We then implant the nucleus of the donor cell. That cell, with its genetic material intact, eventually becomes an embryo and is born as a living creature. Without parents? Well, it has no father because the egg was never fertilized, no mother because its genetic code comes from another being.
This can be done with humans?
If the surgical technique were precise enough.
It's monstrous, Doctor.
Why? Wouldn't you want to live in a world full of Mozarts and Picassos?
And we create life itself.
Are you ready for it?
Out of chaos.
Are you ready for it?
One day the AIs are going to look back on us the same way we look at fossils.
dare you?
Killer Queen, a new fragrance by Katy Perry.
Where am I? You're in Ward 47 of the Tylonis Institute for Mental Disorders. According to the plasma conversion sensor, the starboard engine has been in continuous operation for 47 days. 47 days?
They were heading 247, mark 059.
Salazar, how many people did we leave behind?
47, sir.
This particular poem has a lacunae of 47 minutes.
What is it about robots that makes them so robotic? At Wayland Industries, it has long been our goal to create artificial intelligence almost indistinguishable from mankind itself. Hello, I'm David.
What can you do, David?
I can do almost anything that could possibly be asked of me. I can assist your employees. I can make your organization more efficient. I can carry out directives that my human counterparts might find distressing or unethical. I can blend in with your workforce effortlessly.
David, what do you think about?
I think about anything. Children playing. Angels. The universe. Robots.
David, what makes you sad?
War. Poverty. Cruelty. Unnecessary violence. I understand human emotions, although I do not feel them myself. This allows me to be more efficient and capable, and makes it easier for my human counterparts to interact with me.
Is there anything you would like to say, David?
I would like to express gratitude to those who created me. Happy birthday, David. From Wayland Industries. Eighth generation Wayland type. Technological, intellectual, physical, emotional.
So as you come up to 10,
that is their God. That is 10. That is the hermaphrodite. But if you stop at 9 and you skip to 11, skipping God, then you are a Luciferian. Because 11 is the number of the magician. It's the one step above. Once you have accomplished the tree of life, you are now the magician. You are one above 10. But they're doing it by skipping God. That's the symbolism of 9/11.
If you're looking for the truth, that's where you'll find it. I remember this.
So deja vu. And yet it's obviously all wrong. Maybe this isn't the story we think it is.
They taught you good. Made you believe their world was all you deserved. But some part of you knew that was a lie. Some part of you remembered what was real.
It's so easy to forget how much noise the Matrix pumps into your head. Something else makes the same kind of noise. War. What happens to Nia? The most important choice in Neo's life. It's not his to make.
She believed in me. It's my turn to believe in her.
Part of me feels like I have been waiting my whole life for you.
If you want to see Trinity again, fight for her!
I saw this in a dream. My dream ended here.
you're seeking, he'll come in. If you're seeking, he'll come in. Bless your name, Jesus. Bless your name, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord.